50 Cent did it, Eminem did it. It's like, okay, why not me? Let's try. Let's try.
10 of you are the best Gran Turismo players in the world. Now is your chance to compete in professional racing.
So nice to meet you. I saw the film and it's just an incredible story how you went from playing the PlayStation in your room to just becoming a professional driver. Yeah, it's just a crazy story, and it's your life story. What's it like to have your life being made into a movie?
I feel very lucky, really. Very blessed to have the opportunity to tell my part of my life story to the world. It's not like I wanted this to be a thing. I just got into racing in a very unusual way and was just very focused on my job, trying to be the best I could be. And then this is somehow became a thing as well. So I feel very lucky, really. Not many people have biopics be based on their life, and they happen to be still racing or young, because normally people are the tail end of life or passed away.
Yeah.
So to have this kind of chapter of biopic be based on a previous chapter of my life, it's very
surreal, maybe.
Yeah, it's surreal.
Yeah.
It's surreal and also weird.
Yeah.
I've said weird a lot, but it is weird. It's strange.
Listen, son.
You think you're gonna play a stupid video game about cars and you're gonna become a race car driver?
You don't have what it takes.
You should have stayed home where you belong.
We're drivers, they're professional athletes.
It's not gonna work. I'm scared. You're not gonna be strong enough.
All I ever wanted to do is be a racer. I'm doing it, whether you believe in me or not.
It's a big movie, it's a big Hollywood movie. It has big Hollywood actors in it, like David Harbour from Stranger Things, Orlando Bloom. What's it like to work with big actors like that?
To be on set, it was really interesting to me to see how these guys work, how they operate. So I was there doing my stunts because I do all the driving of my car, but there was sometimes there was downtime where I would go and talk to the actors while they're in between shooting.
Yeah, what are they like?
Archie. So, you know, Archie would be talking. He'd be someone who would like to talk to people between shooting. Orlando, similar, but David was like so intense. Like we never had any deep conversation because every time he was on set, he was always rehearsing. He had his PA next to him the whole time, and he'd be rehearsing.
Oh yeah, he stayed in character,
lines.
or
yeah. I don't know if he was in character, but I must be. He was just always rehearsing. So he'd be in the pit lane if we're practicing a pit lane scene.
Yeah.
He'd be in the pit lane just going through the lines, talking out loud, walking where he would walk in real life. And I found it fascinating. So the only time we had a conversation was in doing a pit stop scene in Dubai. So I'm driving the car into the pits and I stop, and then in the race car we have a little window slat.
Yeah.
And it was filmed in a way where you couldn't see me because my helmet's slightly different to Archie's. Mine is chrome, where his is matte for the cameras. But David opens up the slat and starts doing lines, but I'm still sat in the car. So I'm like, David Harbour's shouting at me all these lines, and we've never spoken face to face for a long time, but now he's talking for a good 30 seconds in an actual shot, a scene.
Shouting.
And his voice is so loud. His voice projects crazy. So it was really interesting to see how people kind of operated, got into their zone to do their work. I found that very interesting.
This is not a video game. This is reality. You get extra points for that in the game?
You make mistakes like that, you might get yourself killed.
I know what I'm doing. I'm not afraid. I've raced this track 1,000 times in the game. Let me drive it my way.
That was actually pretty great.
And so you did the stunts. Why not also take on the lead role?
I did, I tried.
Yeah, you did?
I've only said it a few times to people, but
yeah,
when
shouldn't
it comes
you
up, I tried. So it was very late on in the this was like June while they were like doing the final casting for the movie. So Archie had already been chosen pretty much, I think, at that point. But Neil Blomkamp, the director, he would be texting all the time, and he was like, dude, he texted me, dude, and then immediately rang me. He was like, look, there's a 99% chance this studio's not gonna go through with this, but I want you to audition for you.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So he said, look, I'm going to send through 3 different scenes.
Yeah.
And go away, find a friend to film you, and then send me those, and I'll send them. I'll look at them, and then I'll send them to the studio to see if there's anything there. I spent like a good 6 or 7 hours going doing these lines with a friend, and long story short, didn't get the job. Didn't get the job of playing myself. I agreed to do it because I thought it'd be funny. If I get it, great.
Yeah, you should be the main character in your own movie.
Oh, I mean, 50 Cent did it, Eminem did it. It's like, okay, why not me? Let's try. Or if I don't get it, it's a funny story to say to people. Say, yeah, I auditioned for me, but I wasn't actually.
They thought it was awful.
Yeah, but the stunts were great. I love that. I mean, I'm not an actor. I tried, but I'm not. That's not my world. I'll try anything. But to have that control on how the main car, me, is represented in the movie, because I'm a car movie fan. I want it to look good. I want it to look fast. I want it to look violent. It's visceral. It's aggressive. And yeah, I love that. I would like to do more in the future.
Oh, cool. Yeah, because you did the stunts. You were on set with all these big actors. So if you have to take your pick, do you want to be the next Max Verstappen or Lewis Hamilton, or are you gonna pursue a career in Hollywood?
I'll just stay with Jann Mardenborough, really.
Yeah.
I'll stay with myself, because you know, my path is kind of unique anyway. Mm-hmm. So I'll just continue doing my thing. I'm still racing in next year, looking to do Le Mans again in Hypercar LMP1. Prototypes and GT racing is my category. F1 is not really my thing. It's more sports cars for me. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'll stay in my lane. And maybe there'll be Gran Turismo 2. Who knows? Don't know. My career needs to kind of take off again for that to happen. Who knows?
Congratulations.
This is the major leagues. The other drivers, your pit crew are going to hate you.
Much easier with a joystick, isn't it?
I can't see anything.
So yeah, your road to success is pretty extraordinary, and I bet a lot of sim players or gamers will be watching this movie in the cinema and just dreaming of the career that you have. What kind of advice would you give them based on your experience?
You gotta know what you want to do with your life. So, no, I was lucky that I had an environment that really made me think about that from a young age. You got to know what you like. So for me, from age 8 to 10, once I figured out what a job was, being a racing driver is what I wanted to do. So I was always kind of steering myself. If there was ever an opportunity to make that happen, I'm completely all in. So you got to be sure of what you want to do. If you want to do what I did, you've got to make yourself. You've got to truly believe in that. You got because nobody else will believe in your dream at all. You've got to believe in that, and that goes across the board for anything. That goes across the board if you want to be an artist or, I don't know, a cinematographer, any profession. If you want to be the best at it or achieve, reach high levels in that industry, you have to have this fire. Yeah. You got to be sure of what you want. You can't go in at half. If you go in at half, you know, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, you get found out. You get found out. So
you have to have the passion.
Yeah. It's passion, but it's also work. But it's got to be your purpose.
I'm not sure if I can do this.
I believe in you, Jann. You've got to prove to everyone that you belong.
What do you love most about racing? What triggers you?
It tickles every sensation. So visually, I love visually looking at racing cars. I think they're the most beautiful things in the world. The sound, the smell. It's just an attack on all your senses, and just to be in control of something which is so violent and like a wild animal, really. And I love the fact that these things are built by people. There's something about humans have put together these components and have created this thing, which now I'm in charge of driving to 10 tenths to the limit. It's the best thing in the world.
I know you're scared, whether you like it or not. You are in this race. Come on, get in the fight!
Yes, sir. If I lose, I lose more than just a race. So I'm not gonna quit.
Let's go show the world.